Welcome to Daily News Dose, your daily fix of politics. How the Ampel coalition plans to secure Germany's power supply with gas and hydrogen to achieve climate neutrality by 2045. Germany needs to phase out coal and gas power plants and rely more on renewable energy sources. However, wind and solar power are not always available, so backup alternatives are needed. The federal government wants to build new power plants that can run on gas and later on hydrogen, which is expected to be a clean and abundant fuel in the future. The new plants will have a capacity of 10 gigawatts, which is about 1/8 of Germany's peak power demand. The power plant strategy will cost about 20 billion euros, which will come from the federal budget. The government will subsidize both the construction and the operation of the new plants, as they are not profitable for private investors. The new plants will also influence the wholesale electricity price, depending on the cost of gas, CO2 certificates, and hydrogen. The power plant strategy has faced delays and disputes within the Ampel coalition and with the EU. Some environmental groups oppose the use of gas and carbon capture and storage, CCS, technologies, while some pro-nuclear advocates argue that atomic energy would be cheaper and cleaner. The energy industry is also impatient for the details and implementation of the plan, which still requires legal and regulatory approval. Journalist wins lawsuit against German Interior Minister over anti-Muslim report. The German Interior Minister, Nancy Faeser, has been ordered by a court to remove a passage from a report that criticized an article by the journalist Henrik Broder as anti-Muslim. The report was prepared by an independent expert group on Muslim hostility, which Faeser had commissioned after the attack in Hanau. The report accused Broder of mocking calls for de-escalation and respect and demonizing Muslims as ignorant, honor-obsessed, bloodthirsty hordes. Broder sued the ministry for violating his general personality right and won the case. The court ruled that the ministry had not sufficiently distanced itself from the report and its content, and that the criticism of Broder's article was exaggerated and derogatory. The ministry has taken the report offline in response to the ruling. The decision could have implications for the future presentation of government studies, as the ministry will have to be more careful about separating its official position from the opinions of the expert groups it appoints. Farmers protest against agricultural policy with dramatic actions. Farmers and private citizens have been protesting in various parts of Germany against the federal government's budget cuts and regulations for the agricultural sector. In Koblenz, a group called Land Creates Connection used a crane to lift a tractor in front of a Lidl warehouse, symbolizing the farmers' precarious situation. In Hanover, farmers and middle-class people blocked the entrances and parking lots of the NDR regional broadcasting station, criticizing the media coverage of the protests. The protesters demanded the reversal of the budget decision, the reduction of the truck toll increase, the abolition of the CO2 tax, the maintenance of the subsidy for agricultural diesel, and the reduction of bureaucracy. The farmers have been protesting for weeks, especially against the planned cuts for agricultural diesel, which they say threaten their livelihoods. New legal form for mutual support. Justice Minister presents key points for responsibility community. A new legal form that allows adults who are close to each other to secure their relationship and take responsibility for each other, without being in love or married. Groups such as seniors or single parents who live together and help each other but do not want to enter a marriage or civil partnership. The members of a responsibility community can choose from different modules of rights and obligations that affect their living, health, care and assets. They can also specify who should be considered for legal guardianship or organ donation. It is not a light marriage or a substitute for family. It does not affect the relationship between parents and children, the tax status, the residence permit or the inheritance order of the members. Subscribe to the Daily News Dose channel to not miss any news update anymore.